Hey there viewer, will the Murder Drones fanbase die out after the premiere of episode 8 later this year? This is a big concern amongst Murder Drones fans, arguing that the fanbase will not be able to survive an end to the series. So in today's theory, we're going to see if the fandom will survive after the series comes to an end. Murder Drones aired in October 2021 and was one of the Glitch's first big hits on the platform, ranking about 40 million views at the time of writing, which is still pretty impressive. However, it wouldn't be until a year went by when we finally got to see the second episode, and that would be episode 2 Heartbeats, that was uploaded to the channel on November 18th, 2022, over a year later. And not only that, the second episode got far fewer views at only 22 million, which is still high. However, it is half of the pilot, and many points of the fanbase dying out, and yes, some of the hype surrounding the show did diminish over the year, but we must remember how Murder Drones was a brand new series and just started building up the fandom in the first place, so in comparison, it isn't very fair. It's also important to mention that Glitch was not nearly as large as it is today, only having about 2 million subscribers around the time. They now have over 10 million. By the way, congrats to Glitch! I wouldn't say the series fandom died either. It was only just the beginning of episode 2. It wouldn't be until February 17th, 2023 when we got episode 3, The Promenade, which is a big gap, but it's not nearly as large as the first, this one only being roughly 3 months, and got 23 million views and is still having the same amount of engagement as episode 2, so the fandom is still holding strong here. The episode did strengthen the fandom considerably since we did get merch coinciding with the release, in the form of prom figures that sold pretty well. Following this, it would be episode 4, Cabin Fever, which would release in April of 2023. So it's obvious at this point in time the show has built a pretty strong release schedule for itself, with a brand new episode releasing about every 2 to 3 months, which is impressive for an indie animation channel that's just starting out. However, episode 4 wasn't much to note for the fandom and interaction. Gaining 20 million views and having the same amount of fan engagement, Cabin Fever did introduce the Solver Uzi figure, which only boosted revenue and overall fan satisfaction. The fandom at this point did somewhat diminish following the release of the pilot, but the series held strong at 20 million views and 600,000 likes. Following 4, we got episode 5, Home, which was more so a flashback episode giving us new lore, which released June of 2023, sticking with the 2 to 3 month schedule I alluded to prior, gaining about 17 million views and 500,000 likes, a bit lower than before. But this still does not count as a fandom's death. The videos just underperformed in comparison to previous episodes. The episode itself was pretty good, so I do not think it falls on the quality of the video itself. This episode is actually Drone Throne's favorite. He goes back and re-watches it quite often. He likes to cover himself in Vaseline whenever Maid V is on screen to make it extra special. Now on to episode 6, Dead, and this is where things truly get interesting. This episode came out on August of 2023 and fits the same 2 to 3 window I already covered during this video. This episode had lower than the Murder Drones average, standing at 18 million views and about 593,000 likes. This episode, while not performing as well as previous, the episode was still very big in the fandom because of V's sacrifice, as well as the end credits song Eternal Dream has become a fan favorite and is a pretty good listen. Also, during this time we got our Tessa Animates figurine with a jar included. JK. That is unfortunately not included. Seriously Glitch, where's my doll figure and jar combo pack? So the fanbase seemed to be on the up and up. However, What happened following the episode is what would change the state of the fanbase forever. The show at this point in time was entering a sort of hiatus. Not that production of future episodes was stopping, it's just that we would not receive any new episodes for a while. A few months after episode 6, we would not see any new Murder Drones episodes, but what we did get was a pilot for a new series, The Amazing Digital Circus, which was in stark contrast to Murder Drones, a completely different themed and animation style. This upset many fans as they did not care what Digital Circus had to offer, but the pilot very quickly surpassed the Murder Drones pilot in views, breaking 100 million views within the first month, and became the most viewed and liked indie animation pilot on the platform. Following this, Murder Drones fans blamed Digital Circus for not only the death of the fandom, but the reason episode 8 is taking so long to be uploaded, which feels really petty of Murder Drones fans. Digital Circus boosted the channel from 3 million to 10 million subscribers, putting Glitch on the map. Fast forwarding to March 2024, episode 7 Mass Destruction finally released and quickly gained 15 million views and 661,000 likes, so in just a month it got the average Murder Drones analytics. So the episode performed just about the same, and episode 7 coincided with the brand new merch, the highlight being the J plush. All in all, I think the fandom will be okay and will continue to support Murder Drones beyond its ending, but in what way? That only time will tell. Until next time, please like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my channel at Cake the Third. Okay, I finished reading his script. I have about a minute to tell you about what happened to the previous fandom. So his Liam Vickers' original fandom was called the SSTWL fandom, or Scary Story Time with Liam, back in his creepypasta days. And before he left to do his animations, he had a Discord where everybody would like gather and exchange informations and fan art and all that jazz. And Papa Liam decided to just leave, and all the administrators also left with him. They completely left the keys to the kingdom unattended, and the entire place got completely covered with not safe for work content. A lot of it related to his own work, and it's not limited to, but there was a lot of feet related stuff, and it also had I can't say the word, but it's like the coffin of Andy and Shanae kind of content, because a long time ago he wrote a story called Yellow Halogen that kind of had this implication that maybe the guy had a thing for his sister. So yeah, the Discord still exists. Nobody can enter it. It became private somehow, and it's like borderline ungovernable. It's borderline ungovernable. Only the people that originally got access to it still have access to it somehow. It's complete chaos, and ever since then, that fandom has not necessarily dissolved, but they've scattered all throughout the woods. Rumor has it that they've built little cults that have been infiltrating little unsuspecting YouTubers.